guys have found your way at home. What's the biggest challenge for you guys, knowing that in the next little stretch you're going to have to shore up that road record?
Well, again, that's what the NBA is about. You want to be at least 500 on the road or above, and we're there. But again, our whole thing at the beginning of the year is make sure that the ACC was a special place to play, and our guys have done that. And now, like you said, we've got to have that same attitude on the road. And traditionally, we've been a good road team. I would say also, too, that our road opponents have been very difficult, some of the top teams in the league. But again, it doesn't matter. We got to have the same mentality on the road as we had at home.
Dwane, is it good to get the West Coast stuff out of the way early?
Well, again, the schedule is what it is. It's, you can't control the schedule, whether it's West Coast early, West Coast late. You still, have 41 on the road. So we got to take it as it comes. And, again, the schedule this year has been good because it will be good because you don't have as many back-to-backs. There's more games between days between games. The Players Association have demanded there's more days off. So, again, there's no reason why that, they're doing everything, the league is doing everything possible to make sure that you have a fresh product on the floor.
Do you ever find yourself finding a rhythm to a schedule at a certain time of the year? Get enough rest, enough games,
again, the schedule is different this year just because of the new rules and the space between games. So it's a different rhythm. But you try to have a rhythm, whether a road rhythm or a home rhythm, whatever it is. But with the way it is, I think everybody's trying to figure out rest versus rust and the whole new scheduling thing.
Dwane, your next opponent, there's a Canadian kid, Dylan Brooks. Excuse my English. Did you guys work him out?
He did. He came in and worked out, and we're very aware of Dylan. And they did a good job of scouting him. And, again, we have players at his position. And so the need exactly wasn't there for that position. So, but he's turned to be a pretty good player, a starter for their team. So, he's a solid player, a solid rookie.
Obviously, Gasol is there. I mean, he burned you last year when you guys were down there. What's the key in terms of trying to guard him or deny him touches?
Well, I don't know if you're going to deny him touches. I think the one thing you do is got to make sure you guard him. I think one thing he did a good job of spacing the floor. Our bigs have to be able to go out to the three-point line and guard him. If my memory serves me correctly, when he played him down there, he knocked down 3 or 4 threes at the beginning of the game. And then once we start closing out to him, he started driving. So our bigs one-on-one defense, whether it's in the post or in the perimeter versus him, has to be, they have to understand and have a plan of how they want to approach him, how they're going to guard him, because he is one of the best big men in the league playing inside and outside.
Coach, is there any danger when you look at Memphis and kind of their struggles right now, and your team obviously on a roll, that this could be, I hate using the term, but trap game?
Well, no. Every game for me, you haven't been around it a lot. Every game for me is a trap game. I don't look at the records. I look at every opponent the same. Again, that's because what you said is what the NBA is about. So many teams feel like, we won 3 or 4 in a row, we're okay. No, you're not. Because what you have to do is you're preparing for adversity, you're preparing for those tough games like you're talking about. And if you're mentally prepared for every opponent, playing your game, playing your identity, you don't fall in those traps. So, again, we're very aware of what the records are, but to me, the records are not important. It's how we approach the game and how we play that's very, very important.
With that being said, you guys obviously on a roll, where's the confidence level of your team right now? And is there a fine line of overconfidence?
Well, I wouldn't say we're on a roll. We won some games in a row. I would say Cleveland's on a roll. We're 13 in a row. When we get to that point, we'll celebrate a little bit. But we haven't got to that point. Again, we have a lot of areas where we got to get better. A lot of areas offensively, defensively, we got to get better and understand and keep the big picture in mind. And don't get caught up in, win here, win there, 3 wins here. We got to make sure the train is rolling in the right direction as the year goes on.
You were talking about Gasol. How much of a luxury is it to have big who can make plays for other players?
It's huge. It's very important. The basketball IQ is something that you wish you could give to every player, every young player. and that's what he has. He didn't start out the way he is now. He started out just like Yak and JV did, but he gained the IQ, he gained the ability to work out on the floor, to play out on the floor offensively, to pass the basketball, to understand what defenses are doing to him, whether they're double teaming or they're stunting, and he's mastered that craft, and he is one of the best in the league. He and his brother both are two of the best in the league of pulling you out on the floor, using their basketball IQ, their three-point shooting ability to make it hard on the opposing centers.
A lot of times, bigs are bigs, right? Like sometimes game plans to force them to make decisions, right? And it's a weakness you can sort of exploit with some teams.
Yeah, it is, and that's what but again, then you have the Paul Gasols, you have the Marc Gasols of the game that you got to go out and guard. And that's what the game is going to. The game is going to those centers moving out on the floor, and that's where JV and Yak's next challenge is going out on the floor and playing on the floor offensively and defensively to match those guys, to match the trends of the NBA.
Is Serge, is he a guy you can trust to make plays 4-on-3 a little bit yet, or is it still?
He's getting there. Pascal, matter of fact, we worked on that today. Pascal, handling the ball out on the floor and bringing the ball down in transition, and those guys, and that's with Yak and JV's next step they have to take is handling the ball and making those decisions and playing out on the perimeter, not only offensively, Michael, but defensively also.
Dwane is running enough there. Is it still just conditioning and shooting?
Main thing right now.
Yeah. Is he on the trip?
I don't know. You have to ask the medical people.